What's up, y'all? Hope y'all are doing well in this life called hell. On this earth called hell, bars. I was just thinking about it the other day about just this cycle that I've been in the past few years, really the past 6 years. So I used to live in Tennessee, and all this stems from car accidents. So I kind of look at it kind of like an oval or a diamond. So start off well, life life is good at the top here of the diamond. I get into a car accident. Then I get into, a depression, suicidal thoughts. I get out of that. I get a little better to neutral. Then life is good again, and then it just repeats in this diamond or oval, however you want to look at it. Um, and it started when I used to live in Tennessee a few years ago before I moved back to Georgia. And I was in two accidents when I was over there. Not my fault. I was hit and run with a semi, um, and another hit and run with a stolen vehicle, and they found drugs and guns. Golly. And that one was low impact. I wasn't going that fast, but the hit and run with the 18 wheeler was a little bit worse. It could have been a lot worse, because I swerved across a couple lanes of traffic, but I went to work so early in the morning there wasn't that many people on the road. This was like maybe seven. Um, and then my car accident like 6 months ago here in Georgia. Um, and I was just thinking about it last night, but it's just this cycle, this loop that I can't escape. And this time is worse because, I actually have, chronic pain from it. I have a herniated disc in my neck. And again, this accident wasn't my fault. It's just like, what is going on? I got this image last night of these goons just sitting around a round table, just plotting to try and take me out. They tried in Tennessee, but they weren't able to complete the mission. But they got me now, and I just imagine them, you know, taking shots and cheering. I was like, yes, we got him. He'll be down for a while after this. We finally got him. Um, and I don't know. It just got me thinking, like, how do I get out of this loop? And if I have any other loops that I can't seem to get out of. Um, but this last accident was definitely rough. And like I said, it could have been worse, but it still sucks, having a herniated disc, especially in your neck of all places. But yeah, and I don't know if I'm in any other cycles, but that's been the main one that I've noticed the past few years. And how do I break this cycle? And each time it gets worse. Like this time, I've been injured, and I just have anxiety every time I drive now. And I think I used to before the other two accidents, but I kind of maybe I didn't notice or played it off. But definitely now, it'll help once I get a bigger vehicle. One day, maybe like a SUV, that'll kind of help. Just feel more secure sitting higher up. But so it's like, dang, is this gonna happen again? But next time is worse. Is next time the accident gonna be worse? And the last accident happened in the same exact month, the one prior to this one, July. It's weird, man. Really weird. But so yeah, I don't know. And the biggest issue now is, well, chronic pain. But it's like, even if the pain went away, a miraculous healing, the pain went away and I'm back to normal, completely normal before the accident even happened. I go right back into slavery. Like, I go right back into having to work. Because before, most of the jobs I've had have just been, low skilled labor jobs, factory, warehouse, construction, stuff like that. I haven't actually learned any skills, which is unfortunate, but I just never cared about work. I was a good worker, but I don't want to work. Like, I have to be real with myself. I don't want to work. Call me whatever you want. Call me lazy. Sure, I'm lazy. I don't want to work. I don't want to be a slave. But I realized, like, even if I was perfectly healed, yay, I get to now slave and prostitute my body for money again. Awesome. And I've been trying to find some stuff to do online, but it's like I lack the motivation. Like, the motivation is not there. Like, either way, I have to become a slave again, Either becoming a slave to learn a skill, to have my own business, which I would be my own slave, or becoming a slave again to save up money to start some sort of, side hustle, passive income thing, but I'm still a slave in the meantime. So I'm like, is there any way to escape being a slave? I, I don't know. So I'm like, best case scenario, even if I was healed, miraculously healed overnight, no longer having to spend money on all this stuff, that's another story. Coming out of pocket, that sucks. But I just go right back into slavery. So it's like, what is the point, Of course, I want to be healed. I want this pain to go away. Who knows how long that's going to take. So far, $900 and no results. Yeah, I was just thinking about that, and I just lack motivation really to do anything. Um, and I know my dream or my goal to not, it's like my only desire is to not work. That's my only desire. That's it. And for me, that would have to be passive income or winning the lottery or something like that. Like, either the money comes free or it's passive. But to get a passive income, you got to put in the work. So you got to become a slave again. So it's like, those are the two options I could think of. I'm not going to mooch off any other people or anything like that. But yeah, I just lack the motivation to accomplish this, because it's like, either way, I have to become a slave again. To be free, I have to become a slave again. It's just ironic, but it's like, I don't know. But I know that if I don't do anything, then nothing will happen. So it's like a catch 22 uh, irony. It's just ironic, for real. It's ironic, but yeah, that's my rant for the day. That's kind of where I'm at, is lacking the motivation to do anything. And physical jobs for me are out of the question until I'm healed, but which leaves me online jobs, but I'm lacking the motivation to even do that, because it's like, really the easy ones you can get are customer service or, some sort of sales job. I don't want to do either. I don't want to be on the phone all day. That's an introvert's worst nightmare. I don't mind phone calls, like, to people I know, but if your only job is to be on the phone all day, I don't know how I couldn't do it, you know? So it's like, and then there's, oh, just suck it up and, uh, get your head to the grindstone, get your head in the game, do it, just suck it up, get going. It's like I have to try to motivate myself to do it, but it's like, I just know that it's worthless, meaningless. But that literally is my only goal right now in life, is to not work. And it sounds so simple, but I haven't figured out a way to do it. For me, I think it's going to be passive income, but it requires you to be a slave to get it. you know. Um, and there were a couple other options like, van life stuff. I've thought about that. Either way, I would need money to do that. Um, but not a lot. But, with this next situation, I can barely drive long distances. So that's out of the question until I get healed. And then, what was the other option? Of like a work stay type of thing where you work and then they cover your rent and maybe meals as well, something like that. Maybe like a temp job. I've thought about doing that. That would be pretty cool. You're not making any, I mean, you're making minimum wage, but the biggest thing for me is rent. I don't have a lot of bills. So if I can get rent out of the way, easy peasy. Um, so yeah, but then I'm like, even if I got passive income, I'm completely free. I can do whatever I want every day. Then what would I do? Which would you're pretty much retired. But then it's like, well, then what would I do? What would I really do with my life? It's like it would still be worthless. I would be free, which I still want to pursue that. But then what next? What's after that? So I still want to get there. I still want to do it, but it's like the motivation is just not there. But I know that without action, nothing is gonna happen. So it's just like this. It's another loop. It's like a loop within a loop that I'm stuck in. Um, and then the pain and lack of sleep just doesn't help. I've been fortunate enough to let my parents allow me to move back in with them. I was definitely grateful for that, even though they brought me into this world without my consent. But y'all watching this already know that. Um, I mean, without them, I'd be on the streets, no doubt. But so yeah, that's where I'm at. And the clock is ticking. Who knows what's gonna happen tomorrow? But yeah, I'm within two loops, and I don't know how to break them. So that's it. That's my rant. That's my complaining for the day. Maybe y'all can relate. Maybe y'all can share stuff in the comments or whatever. But I'm just honest with myself. That's where I'm at. I just lack the motivation to do anything. But I know that I have to take action. And the minions or whatever that plotted against me to take me down, they won. They definitely won. So we'll see. Let me know what y'all think.